So my morning is going not good at all. I'm on my way to a doctor's appointment. I already tried to film 3 times now. One time I apparently did not start the camera, which my phone did not tell me, because it was like, yeah, I'm filming you, you look good. We are on our way to a doctor's appointment, we being me and my double chin, that you are very aware of right now. So yeah, I left on time, and now I'm in a traffic jam for a while now. It's been like 20 minutes that I called the doctor's office and I said, hey guys, sorry, there's a traffic jam, I'm not gonna make it on time. And they were very sweet, actually. We laughed a lot, and they were like, yeah, you're not the first person to call in. One of our doctors is also stuck there. Don't worry, we'll know, we'll take note of it, it will be fine. So then, I mean, here the traffic jam is because there was a big accident and we had there was some medical emergency and all that. And we came, right now I'm driving a little bit, so like 6 kilometers per hour, yeah. But we were at one point just standing completely, and behind me there's a truck. And in the rearview mirror I saw the truck driver getting out, and I was like, what is happening? And then I watched him pee on his front right wheel. And I was like, I cannot believe I just watched that. Thanks, I guess. The day is very weird. My husband was almost also caught up in the same traffic jam. He was able to take a left turn right before he hit the traffic jam, so his navigation system, GPS, what do you call it, is rerouting him now through like villages and countryside and all that. So he had some swans on the road apparently. I don't know, it is a very weird morning. I also feel slightly stressed, not only because of the doctor's appointment, which is never nice, but also I started a new job in January, and I feel kind of anxious about missing so much time at work. I mean, I talked to my boss and I told her, hey, listen, I have a doctor's appointment and I cannot move it, so I have to be there. And she was like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry, you just start late that day. And I was like, yeah, okay, I probably start at 10. It is now 9 and I'm still not at my appointment, so I'll probably not be starting at 10. At 10 o'clock we have kind of a very important call that I will not participate in. I don't know. It is a Wednesday, it is February, it is way too hot for February. I don't like this day. I'm getting a headache, I'm really fed up that I did a really good rant earlier and it didn't record it, so that's probably live, which meant me sitting in my car talking to myself in English. This is super weird. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm hanging in there, so let's see what the day holds. Maybe I'll talk to you some more on my way back, whenever that will be, because to be on my way back I have to arrive first at my destination. So yeah, let's see how the day goes. Which was painful, but okay, we're done here. I'm not gonna be in the important call that starts at 10, but it's life, right? It's life, and health is always more important than work. It's just I don't mind missing the meeting due to me taking care of my health. It's just taking care of me and my health takes up a lot of time, and it's something I need to work on constantly. And sometimes maybe my health is my hobby, because I am not healthy. I do suffer from endometriosis and adenomyosis.
So, hi guys. I just filmed an amazing video, and once again, my phone with its effing gimbal did not save the video, and this is pretty tough because because it is Wellness and Health Month, and I finally was able to talk about my health journey, and now it got deleted. And now I'm here just, just using the phone, just lying down and just being like, well, it is what it is. I was walking you through the first 10 years, age 14 to 24, where I did not know what was going on with my body. I felt the first ovulation and period pain when I was 14, or let's say the first severe pain. And as we are all taught, to be a woman is to suffer. And to be a woman is to be in pain. And period pain is normal. I accepted it. I do remember that sometimes I would throw up, that my best friend had to leave the school premises to go to a pharmacy and get me painkillers, which was not allowed to leave the premise. I remember that, and I remember always being in pain, but as we were all taught this is normal, I didn't question it, so I accepted it. So the first part is I have to forgive myself for that. I didn't know any better. So when I was 24, the pain had become so severe that I went on a, what you call it, a doctor spree, because I went through, I think, 5 female gynecologists. They all let me down. They all completely let me down. I even asked one for surgery to have a laparoscopy, probably pronouncing that wrong. She said no. This is completely unnecessary and you're over exaggerating and it's not that bad. And I was like, how do you know my pain? But okay. And then my, regular physician, because I was still in pain, I went to him and he discovered there was something happening on my right ovary. So he sent me to the hospital, to the gynecology department, and they found a so-called endometriosis cyst on my right ovary, and I said, oh yeah, that's really dangerous because your ovary can flip, and then you would need surgery. And I was like, okay, what can I do? And he was just like, yeah, lie down and maybe in a few days it should be gone. This was the first time I heard the word endometriosis, so I looked it up. I came across an organization in Germany that still exists and is advocating for endometriosis. And they had a questionnaire with 19 questions to determine if you might have endometriosis. I took the questionnaire. I answered all 19 questions with yes. And there were questions that pointed me to symptoms I would have never thought would be linked to my period and ovulation pain, but they were. And then I found another gynecologist, my first male gynecologist. He was very old, he was close to retirement, and I told him my whole story. He told me that I needed surgery. He said, we need to see what is going on. He said it could be multiple things. There are options what could be happening. He said it could be endometriosis. He said it could be some scar tissue from a former infection. It could be back pain. He says, but we need to check. And I was like, yeah, please check. And then lying on the operating table, I said something that a lot of endo warriors say. I don't care what you find. I just hope you find something. even if it's bad, I don't care. I need to know that there is something and it is not all in my head, that it is real. And I woke up and it was real. And I was happy. So endometriosis is the only illness that makes you happy when you have it. No, you need to joke about it. So I had my surgery when I was 26. And for the first 1 or 2 years, it was actually better. I will not go into other forms of therapy that were tried on me because the doctors didn't know. Doctors are very uneducated about endometriosis, not only gynecologists, but all other doctors, because endometriosis can occur in every organ. It has been found in noses and brains and lungs and, I don't know, every other organ. So every doctor should know about it. So I'm not going to go into the hormonal therapy, and because hormones don't help. Menopause doesn't help. Hysterectomy doesn't help. It can alleviate symptoms, but the only thing that helps is a well-done excision surgery. My first surgery was ablation, which is wrong, because it will not eradicate the endometriosis, so it will grow back, which mine did. So I will spare you the next 10 years of severe pain. But when I was 37, 38, my body shut down. The pain had gotten so severe, I could feel that my uterus was attached to my colon. I could feel that because when I was on my period, I had trouble. Like if I was sitting and I was trying to get up, I would not be able to stand straight for several minutes because it took me some time to move my mushed together organs. I don't know. It was awful. I would often feel like I would pass out. I had been lying on bathroom floors, unable to move for years already. But there was 1 week when my body completely shut down, and a day before my period started, I had a flu. Then I had toothache, and I had been to the dentist like 3 times that week. And this week, everything in my body, I had a migraine, everything was shutting down. I learned later that there is something that is called period flu. And a lot of people with endometriosis experience that. I went to my then gynecologist, the one I had who did the surgery before. He was already retired, and I moved and I had to find a new one, blah, blah, blah. My then gynecologist was more interested in treating pregnant women than treating ill women. So he was very dismissive, and he was like, yeah, you need a surgery, I don't care, blah. Thanks. So I had to find a hospital on my own. I searched for endometriosis specialists, which I found. I went there for the first checkup, and everything was set, and we had a date for the surgery. We agreed that they are not allowed to remove any organs, that they need to wake me up. Then we discussed the next step, and if organs need to be removed, then we can decide anew. But my first checkup was in January 2020. Do we remember what happened? 2020, a pandemic hit. Endometriosis surgery was considered elective. My pain had gotten so intense that I couldn't breathe properly. I was able to maintain some sort of mental stability because I knew, hey, end of March, you're gonna have the surgery, it's gonna get better. But then the surgery, being elective, was cancelled indefinitely, and I broke down. I had a complete mental breakdown. 4 weeks I was lying on our couch, taking opiates, wishing I was dead. I could have handled, if they said, okay, it's not this month, it's next month, as long as I had a definite date, I would somehow have been able to manage, maybe. Being indefinitely cancelled, I couldn't live like that. I couldn't. So my husband took it upon him to search for hospitals that were still doing surgeries, because not all hospitals stopped doing surgeries. He found a gynecology clinic, and I went there. They were not endometriosis specialists, because once again, they did ablation. At that time, I needed the surgery because I needed to breathe again. But from then on, I had to find another gynecologist. I wanted an endometriosis expert. I was looking for a urologist because I had, I'm incontinent. I had a lot of issues. At the end of 2020, I found a gynecologist whose brother runs a gynecology department in a nearby hospital. And he is a professor, doctor, something, I don't know, and a true endometriosis specialist. So my gynecologist referred me to his brother. It was really, really cute. I told him my whole story, and he was very shocked. And he was like, my God, what you have been through, and you're so strong, and it's unbelievable. And he said, have you ever been to my brother? And I was like, why would I, what? And then he explained, and he referred me to his brother. He did another checkup, and he was like, yeah, that was a very bad surgery they did last time, so let's do it again, let's do it properly. And at that time, they had started doing surgeries again, because it was then 2021. So last year, March, I had to go to the hospital. I had to stay there 4 days. It still being a pandemic, I wasn't allowed visitors, and it felt like I was in jail. Pain-wise, the last surgery, that was it. But the years from my body shutting down to now, well, they are traumatizing. Very, very, very traumatizing. I am pretty sure that I suffer from some sort of PTSD. I get flashbacks. I had trouble sleeping. It has gotten better, but especially waking up, my body would be in complete shock mode. I recently had to pick up some pictures from a radiology department. I just had to wait there for the pictures. There was no exam or whatever. It freaked me out. It triggered me so badly. I was home alone. I was like, I cannot go back home, and I work from home. I was just like, I told my boss, I was like, I have to go to the radiology department, pick something up. I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes. I had to drive with my car around our little city, listening to some music to calm down, to be able to work after that. I was sitting in the waiting room, just waiting for the pictures, and I started actually hurting myself, like scratching open this piece here, to substitute pain with pain or something. I don't know. It was a very weird behavior, and I was like, what is happening with me? This is so weird. But I mean, I talk about this now casually, which is weird because the first video I made, I actually cried. But I think it has gotten better now, because once you talk about it, maybe it gets easier. I don't know. This doesn't mean that I'm not still traumatized. It would hit me when I least expect it, and then I cannot stop crying because I cannot. Here it comes again. I cannot believe that something like this happened to me. cannot believe how strong I actually am, that I'm still here and still alive. And I made it through the pain. I made it through my little jail, like my hospital jail. And I'm here and I can talk about it to you. Also another thing, the pain being so bad. It is, endometriosis is one of the 20 most painful diseases. So if something happens now and I'm in pain, I often don't recognize it or don't think it's severe because it's not that heavy. And I have heard of women who gave birth, who had endometriosis. They said they didn't even feel their what is it? When you go into labor? Not contradictions. What is it called? Contractions? No. I'll put it here somewhere. So they didn't feel the labor. And I say, yeah, I can, I mean, I don't have children, but I can imagine that you've had the worst pain in the world already. Nothing can phase you now. So yeah, that's my story. I will put another clip or video snippet or whatever you want to call it of me describing the pain, because I think this is something very interesting. You have to know that I have tried for several times now to make a video about that, talking about it, something that hurt me so deeply. It's not easy, and I've tried and tried, and then, I don't know, I didn't like it. So this is why this video will probably contain several days of filming. So I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and talk to you soon. I want to let you know what the pain felt like to me, and I want to let you know where I am at now, pain-wise. So because this is more wellness than health. We have we have 4 categories. We have ovulation, we have peeing, we have pooping, and we have the period. So we have O and 3 Ps. Ovulation felt, since I was 14 actually, felt like someone was stabbing me with a flaming hot knife in my right lower belly. And continuously stabbing me, not just one stab, it was continuously stabbing. And then the flaming knife would be stuck in the belly and moved around a lot. That was ovulation. At first it was just that, as if that wasn't enough. And with it later came, I had difficulties peeing during my ovulation, because the endometriosis also would be found later on my bladder. And imagine you're already being stabbed with a flaming hot knife, but also someone is putting hundreds of needles inside your bladder. And every time your bladder is activated, like trying to pee, or it was like the needles were attached through strings within your lower body. Peeing was so painful that at times I wished I wouldn't be alive. I knew ovulation for me would be 6 to 8 hours, so I knew it would be over at one point. This is the only thing that got me through. I did try various painkillers, nothing worked. I did try opiates, which made me throw up, sorry. So they wouldn't be in my body anymore, not doing any work. And we go back, like when I said I was 14 when I first felt the severe ovulation pain. I was 39. That is 25 years later. 25 years. I found out that my appendix was full of endometriosis and attached to my ovary. So every time I was ovulating, which was almost every month on the right side, don't know why, it felt like my appendix burst. That was the pain. Now, I lost my appendix, I kept the ovary, and I don't feel a thing. I think I stopped ovulating on the right side, to be honest. I feel it on the left side now, but the pain is not the same. Let's go on with the period pain. So what I described first, ovulation pain, is usually linked to endometriosis. In my case, especially, it was. And period pain is more likely to be adenomyosis. So for me, period pain is like someone put like a heavy weight. Like there would be claws latching inside of my uterus, clinging on, and then putting the weight on. So you would have the heavy feeling, like something is pulling it down, but also the clawing feeling, like someone scratching the inside of your uterus. That is also a very bad pain, but if we talk on a scale of 1 to 10, which I don't like, but let's do that, and 10 is the worst, then I would have said the ovulation was 12. I know, stick to the 10, blah, blah. No, the ovulation was 12. And the period pain would be 10. Also for period pain, it is easier to find painkillers that actually work, but the pain lasts longer. And now we come to the part with pooping. When the period pain was at its worst, I couldn't poop for 5 days. I could not, when you're, is it dripping the kids at the pool? No, dropping the kids, what is it? You know what I mean, taking number 2. You have to put pressure on your colon. I couldn't. If I did that movement, it felt like my insides were bursting. And so I didn't. And today, I had endometriosis. My colon was attached to my uterus, or the uterus attached itself to the colon, which also meant I had trouble breathing because the pain was in my back. Now it feels different. I had 3 surgeries. The last surgery to me did the trick, but I had endometriosis on my colon also, and I can feel the scar tissue. So it's not as bad as it was at all, but I can feel it, and scar tissue is an issue now, especially on my left side. It's a very long story, but there is a medium-sized scar on my left lower belly that actually blocks a lot of movements on my left side. So I cannot move my leg properly. I have difficulty getting up, stretching the leg, and this is also, the scar also hurts while ovulating on the left side. The pain is nothing compared to the pain I have felt before. Nothing. So yes, I'm apparently in pain every day, but I would say the pain is at a 1, maybe a 2. While ovulating or on a period, I would say 3, but especially period pain, I found painkillers. I'm not taking one single minute of pain. If I feel period pain coming up, I will take painkillers immediately. There is no sense in telling, oh yeah, I can get through this, and every woman suffers from period pain. No. Period pain that is this severe, like I had it, is not normal. You have to know that. Light period pain is apparently okay. I don't tolerate it at all. I will not have any pain during my period. So I can manage the pain. What I cannot manage is the fatigue that is associated with endometriosis and adenomyosis. So endometriosis is an inflammation disease. So your body is constantly fighting the inflammation. And this makes you tired and exhausted, and that is where the fatigue comes in. So it's not that like the chronic fatigue syndrome, or ME is another word for it. It is fatigue associated with these two diseases. The day before my period starts is the worst day regarding fatigue. I don't want to sleep. No, that's not true. I don't want to sleep. I want to do things other people do, like normal things. I can't. My body cannot handle that. My body wants to lie down all day long, sleep, or just lay there and do nothing. I am most of the time physically incapable of doing more than getting up and putting my pants on, and that's about it. I often force my body to do more. It's a weird feeling. It's like I'm a puppet master, and you're very detached from your body during that time. I have not managed that fatigue yet. I have been able, due to lifestyle changes and some supplements I take, I've managed to keep the inflammation down. It's not gone, but it's down. And it looks like I'm leading a normal life. So I don't let people see the level of exhaustion I experience. But I think it's over a year now that I had my last surgery. And I've come a long way since, a long way. Yoga helped a lot. I think yoga was everything. Yoga saved me. So the movements and it releases pain, and yoga is the best thing that happened to me. So if you experience weird pain or you are interested to learn more, you can reach out to me and slide into my DMs, I think it's what it's called. And I can also provide you great profiles on Instagram. You have to have a strong gut, is that what you say? Because they will show surgeries. I don't mind that. I'm very interested in seeing the surgeries. But if you don't want to, well, there's a trigger warning, I think. But there are some really amazing doctors on Instagram, and they are explaining the disease and what they do and so on and so forth. So if you're interested, or if you think you need more information, just let me know. I just don't think this video here is the right platform. So yeah. That's me, and in April and Adenomyosis Awareness Month. If I cannot even say my own disease right, I don't know. Okay, hang in there, take care, stay healthy, bye.